everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to record a video all about my red hair. Since I dyed my hair red, I've been getting a lot of questions on how I got the color, how I maintain it, and the ups and downs about having red hair. So I just decided to record a video for everyone who was wondering. So if you're interested in knowing how I take care of my red hair, then just stay tuned. Okay, so to start off, I just want to mention that I am not an expert at all. I did not go to school for hair. I know nothing about hair except for how I dye my own. Now, before I started dyeing my hair, I made sure to do a lot of research online and check multiple places to see what is best for hair. Now, when I first started dyeing my hair, I'm just going to reverse because it has a lot to do with the way my hair is now. Before I ever put any dye in my hair is naturally dark brown. If you could tell from my eyebrows, my roots are growing in, so I do have naturally dark brown hair. Now, the first time that I ever dyed my hair, it was a blonde box dye from the drugstore. Now, that color, the blonde that I wanted, it never came out the right way that I wanted it. So I just continued to do that, and as you know, box dyes do have bleach if you're going blonde. So that was very damaging and drying to my hair. So after I just wasn't feeling the blonde hair anymore, I let it grow out a little bit, and then I decided to dye it back to my natural brown color. Now, when I did that, I decided to cut off all of the ends so that way my hair was fully natural and healthy. Now, I had left that dark brown dye in my hair, I'll say maybe for about a good 6-7 months before I decided to dye my hair again. And when I finally did dye my hair again, it was a dark burgundy color, and I do have a video back on my channel when I did mention that I finally dyed my hair to a burgundy. And it was a red, but it was just a deeper tinted red, which didn't have too much maintenance because it was very similar to my dark brown hair that I had. If I wasn't in the light, you really couldn't tell that my hair was red until I stepped in the sun, and then you'd be like, whoa, she has red hair. So I decided to go a little bit more extreme. I tested it out. I was going slowly but surely to brighter reds. So I started off with that burgundy, and then I decided to do a little bit of a brighter red. It was also from the drugstore. It was a box dye from the drugstore. And then as I got used to that red, then I decided to go even redder. So I did a lot more research online to see what is the best hair dye to get red hair. And this is actually the red that I wanted. So I had to do research to see how I could get this color. Now, I did find a lot of things online saying that box dye is actually very bad for your hair. It's actually the most damaging, and it's the hardest to lift if you ever wanted to recolor your hair. So I decided to step away from all of the drugstore box dyes, and I recommend everyone to step away from them. Again, like I said, I'm not an expert. I definitely did a lot of research before I started touching my hair. But from what I've learned and from my experiences, I'm no longer touching hair dyes from the drugstore. So the alternative for drugstore hair dyes is obviously salon quality hair dyes. Now, I didn't have the money to constantly be going to the hair salon to dye my hair, so I decided to go to Sally's, which has a lot of the salon professional hair dyes. And one that I came across that was really well and had a lot of good reviews was this Loreal Excellence Hicolor Highlights, and it's specifically for dark hair. I do not have the box with me, but here's the way that the box looks. I don't know if you guys can see that. And like I said earlier, it is specifically for dark hair. So it does have bleach in it, so I didn't have to pre-bleach my hair, which was really awesome. So it's all in one step. And when I did first dye my hair, I used the color that was in red, and I used a 20 developer just because I wanted to lift up the purple undertones that I had in my hair and turn it to more of an orange undertone. And when I did that, I felt it out maybe for about a month and a half, and I realized that I didn't really like the color. It really washed me out. My skin tone personally, it washed me out because of the orange undertone, and I noticed that if I wasn't wearing makeup, I looked like a walking zombie, which I'm sure no one wants to look like. So when I went to go re-dye my hair again, I had to do a little bit more research because I liked the way the color payoff was, but I didn't like the undertones of it. So I decided to go with the color Magenta, which had a pink undertone, which flows with my undertones of my skin a lot better. So I decided to go with Magenta, and again I used a 20 developer because I wanted to lift that orange undertone to make it a pink undertone. Now it's not that much, it's not that much of a difference. However, you will see a slight shift because when I had the red dye in my hair, I noticed that when it would wash out, it would look very brassy and coppery, and it was not flattering at all. With this magenta color, when it washes out, it has a pink undertone. So you'll see sometimes a little bit of white or it look like baby pink in my hair. That's when it's fading out, but I would definitely rather deal with the pinkness in my hair than having orange, brassy, copper looking hair, which was not flattering on me at all. So like I said, I did use the 20 developer with the magenta, and that was to lift the under copper tones out so it could be pink. Now when I am washing my hair, I do use the Freida Radiant Red color protecting shampoo and conditioner. Now this shampoo and conditioner does not add color into your hair, it just protects it from fading quick. So it helps it fade slower. It preserves the color, it helps with shine, and yeah, it doesn't add color, so it still fades, it just doesn't fade as quickly, and it's been working for me. So yeah, FYI, if you guys are ever, if you guys don't have red hair yet and you're just considering it, I just want to say that if you did not already know, red hair fades very quickly. So it is a lot of maintenance. This is why I use this color protecting shampoo and conditioner so that I can help preserve the color a lot longer. I don't dye my hair all the time. I'll dye maybe once every month and a half, every 2 months. And that is kind of pushing it. So like I said, red hair does fade very quickly. So when it comes to washing your hair, you can't really wash this hair too often. I try and wash my hair maybe once or twice a week. And that's already pushing it because, like I said, it fades out quickly and you don't want to constantly have to go to Sally's to keep buying more hair dye because that's also very damaging for your hair. So this is the shampoo and conditioner. This is the shampoo and conditioner that I use. I got it at Walmart. It wasn't that expensive. It was a couple of dollars, so it was very inexpensive, and it is a great product. Now, when I get out the shower and I towel dry my hair, there's times that I just want it just tangled, and I kind of want to leave it product free, but to detangle my hair, I use the Cantu Shea Butter for natural hair. It's a Coil Calm Detangler. It says it's for kinky curly hair. I don't have curly hair or kinky hair at all. However, I do have wavy hair, and because I have bleached my hair, it does get very tangly and knotty. So this has been working wonderful, and it smells like coconuts. I don't know if you guys like coconuts or the smell of like the beach. It reminds me of the beach and of summer. I love it. But this is a very, very awesome product for my hair. Now, when I do want to add a little bit of product into my hair to protect against other things, I use 2 products. I'll either use the Beverly Hills Moisture Healing Mask, and this product detangles your hair, it controls frizz, prevents hair color fading, seals split ends, protects from chlorine and salt water, restores silkiness and shine, and enhances natural body. And this also has a coconut scent, which smells really awesome. I love it so much. Or I'll use the Nios Shield Leave-In Conditioner with argan oil. This helps control frizz. If you live live in a sunny state like I do, I live in Florida, so the sun is out 98% of the time, you can tend to get like sunburn on your scalp. So this protects against sunburn, and it helps hair color and texture protection, which is really awesome because if you guys didn't know, the sun does tend to fade hair color. Not just red hair, but any colored hair, the sun tends to fade that out. So using something that will protect your hair against fading, which is what the shampoo and conditioner does. Other products, which like these two, so using things that protect against fading, frizziness, because like I said, since it does have bleach, it is a little bit damaged, so it does get frizzy, and it just restores silkiness and shine and adds body to your hair. So these have been really awesome, and these are probably two of the most used products that I use. I got these both in my BoxyCharm. I'm not subscribed to BoxyCharm anymore, but these are two products that I got in my BoxyCharm, and I absolutely love them. Now when it comes to actually doing my hair using heat, of course you should always use a heat protectant to protect against any damaging and split ends, which with colored hair you already have, so you don't want to add any more damage to your hair. So what I've been using lately is the Silk Elements Mega Silk Heat Protection Cream. They have it in a spray, like an oil form, but I like the cream form. Essentially it's the same thing. I just take like 2 pumps into my hand, I rub it in and let the heat from my palms melt it, and then it ends up turning into an oil that you can rub into your hair. And this has been really awesome. It doesn't leave my hair oily when I straighten it, because there have been times that I've used other heat protectants that it either makes it super oily, so once, like when you straighten your hair, it looks oily even if it was just washed, which is not good at all, because you just did your hair and now it looks dirty, and you don't want that. So I've used products like that, and I've also used products that make it stiff. So actually when I'm brushing out my hair, it makes it so much harder, and it's like it just looks stiff, and again it looks dirty even if it was freshly washed. So this is actually the first product that I really like that does not leave my hair oily, but definitely protects my hair 100% against the heat. So I did get this product at Sally's also, and it was very inexpensive, and yeah, so that's what I use to protect my hair against the heat. I also get a lot of questions on how do I maintain my hair when I get new growth. When I would dye my hair, I would dye my whole entire hair with the L'Oreal Hicolor highlights. Now that is not good for your hair because it does have bleach in it. So I learned after doing a lot of research that if I just want to add color to what is already red without touching my roots, so for example, I recently dyed my hair for my birthday, and that was a couple weeks ago, and I decided to leave my roots, but I just wanted to retouch the fading of this red. So what I used for that was the color Brilliance Brights Ion, and I used the color red and the color magenta. So I mixed them both together. This is what the box looks like. Again, I don't have the boxes with me, but this is what they look like. I don't know if you can see that. I used both colors, red and magenta, to dye the red portion of my hair. Now what that does, it is a semi-permanent dye, so it does not have bleach in it. It does not have any pneumonia or any of those chemicals in it. So all it does is add color to what is already colored. So for example, if you had blue hair that was fading, you would just add it to what is already blue. So I added it to what was already red. Since it is a semi-permanent dye, it is not going to color your roots if they have grown back in, which again, like I said, for me was not a problem. But when I did decide to dye my roots, what I did was I'll take the Hicolor highlights and apply it only to my roots. So I'll drag it out. Maybe, for example, if I were to dye my hair right now, I would only dye my roots. And what I would do with my roots is I would dye, my roots are up to here right now. I would probably take the dye maybe to up here. of the L'Oreal Hicolor highlights, because that is what has bleach, so that will lift. Oh my gosh, guys. Now when I do want to dye my roots, I use the Hicolor highlights because it has bleach, so that will lift up the brown color. But like I said, the color ion does not add, it does not dye your hair if it isn't already colored. I don't know if that makes sense, but so when I just want to refresh my red, I will use the Color Ion Brights in the color red and magenta, and again I just apply that to what is already red. Now when I want to dye my roots, I use the L'Oreal Hicolor highlights in magenta to dye my roots, and I'll leave that on maybe for a couple of minutes and I just wash that out. So that is what I use to dye my hair, and that is how I've gotten this beautiful color right here. I absolutely love the color, and I've gotten a lot of compliments since I've dyed my hair red. So now on to the questions on how I like my hair, the ups and the downs of having red hair. Now, I just want to stress this. If your hair is not already red, here are a couple of disclaimers. When you are first dyeing your hair red, it will get everywhere. So the majority of my bathroom is white and beige, so when I first dyed my hair, or still when I do dye my hair, it gets everywhere. And my mom has screamed at me a couple of times for getting it on the bathroom carpet, on the actual countertop, on the floor, and it does not come out because it stains, and she has screamed at me. I'm trying to be a little bit more careful, but it's very, 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 very hard. So when you do dye your hair, if you live with your parents at home or if you live with anyone else, you may want to run it through with them first to let them know, hey, it may get messy, it will get messy. So you just want to be careful and make sure that whoever you live with just knows, that way that they don't get upset at you when they come in the bathroom and find that the blue carpet is now red. So that is something that I just want to stress. And then number two, like I mentioned earlier, it fades very, very quickly, so it does require a lot of maintenance. So that's another thing you want to take in consideration if you don't have necessarily the money to constantly get it done, which is why I stopped going to a hair salon, because I did not have the money to get my hair done. So I found an alternative. This is not that expensive, but it's still money out of your pocket. So just think about that. It is a lot of maintenance. For me, like I said, my roots, when they grow in, they don't bother me. What bothers me is when the color actually starts to fade, because that's when it starts looking a little bit ugly and dirty. So that's another thing I want to stress. And then number three is that since this color fades very quickly, whenever it gets wet, it also bleeds very easily. So if you are wearing white and your hair is red, make sure it's not going to be raining that day. Make sure you're not going to be getting wet any way, shape, or form, because one little drop of water will cause your hair to bleed. Now, a drop of water, I'm exaggerating, is not going to make it like bleed all over your shirt, but if it does get wet, for example, if it is raining and you're wearing a white shirt, expect that shirt to turn red. Well, in this case, my hair, everything I use turns pink because it has a pink undertone, but essentially for red hair, whatever you're wearing will turn red or pink if you do get wet. So if it's raining, make sure to wear dark colored clothes or a hoodie, or make sure your hair is up in a place that it will not bleed. And another thing is, when you are taking a shower and washing your hair, you'll notice that every single time, and it does not fail to happen, you will see pink water or red water going down your sink. And no, your color is not coming out. I mean, yes, it is coming out, but it's not that you're going to come out the shower and your hair is not red anymore. But every single time you wash your hair, there is going to be a lot, and I repeat, a lot of color coming out. so all of the water in your shower will be pink. So like I said, if you have a white bathroom or whatever, just run it through whoever you live with, so that you don't stain anything and make it dirty and make it pink. So that's another thing. When you are drying your hair, see if you can find a pink or red towel that you can dry your hair, because if you use a white towel, like I said earlier, it's going to make the towel pink. Sometimes it washes out, like when you put it in the washer, sometimes it doesn't. So the safest thing to do is find like a pink or red towel that you can use, or just one that you don't care about, that it doesn't matter if it gets stained. So those are the things I really want to stress when having red hair. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color, and I recommend it for everyone, but it is a lot of work and it does require a lot of maintenance, and you just have to be very careful with this color. Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention was that getting in the pool. Be very careful with getting in the pool. I have only been in the pool once since having my hair red, and I've come to the conclusion that it's not safe at all. I went in the pool and I left my hair in a bun. That way it really wouldn't, I mean, I knew that my hair was gonna get wet, but since it does bleed very easily, I didn't want to leave a whole trail of pink in the water. So that's one of the things I was scared about. So I did leave my hair in a bun, and I don't know if that was bad for my hair, but I did notice that when I took a shower that day and I washed my hair, the bleach actually made my hair lose color. So, I mean, the chlorine made my hair lose some color. So my hair was actually perfectly fine, and it really wasn't fading that bad until I washed my hair, and I noticed that I had pink pieces of like pink hair, a little bit of white, and yeah, so I don't know if the pool is good. I didn't really do my research to see if the pool was bad for your hair, but from my personal experience, my hair did fade. So I don't know if I'll be putting my head in the water again until I do more research to see what I can use to protect my hair from that again. So those were just a little bit of the disclaimers that I wanted to add, the pros and cons of having this hair. It is such a beautiful color, but it's definitely not for everyone. But I do recommend it for everyone. I've been so happy with this hair, and I'm sure I'm going to keep it for a lot more years to come because it's just so flattering on so many people, and I absolutely love it. And I feel like all of the work that it takes and all of the maintenance, it's definitely worth it. So that's about it. I hope I answered all of your questions that you guys had regarding how to get this color, maintain it, and all of that good stuff. So if you have any more questions, feel free to comment down below, and I will definitely go ahead and try and record another video for you, updating you. So yeah, I definitely hope that you guys got a lot out of this video, and I hope it helped all of you guys who are considering and contemplating on dyeing your hair red. I know it's definitely a big step, but I do recommend to start slow. If you haven't dyed your hair before, or you're not close to a red at all, I definitely recommend to start your way up to this. It can be kind of shocking. I get positive and negative responses. I get, wow, your hair is beautiful, and I also get, wow, what did you do to your hair? So it all depends on how you feel about it. Again, don't let anyone tell you what to do, or don't let anyone sway you from what you truly want to do. So I love my hair color. I hope that you guys loved it, and I hope I have inspired some of you guys to dye your hair red and take care of your hair. So if you guys were interested and needed to know any more questions, like I said, feel free to comment down below, and I'll go ahead and try to answer all of your questions. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Mwah! Bye guys.